Did you enjoy that lovely day today? Well, that was the good news. The bad news is the heat is coming again. And if it seemed like your air conditioner was running overtime last weekend, this weekend is expected to be even hotter. Find out what steps you can take right now today before the temperature climbs.
Plus, we're doing the jitterbug. And no, it's not just your grandmother's dance. Jimmy and I get a few quick lessons on this high-energy, calorie-burning dance.
And we're in the kitchen talking barbecue and fixins. Andrew Evans here from the barbecue joint at Easton with his award-winning potato salad. Oh, looks good. Now Marmalade starts right now.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lisa Bryant.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was looking at the potato salad. I'm Jimmy Hopple. Welcome to Delmarva Live from historic Studio D.
And we would love to welcome our studio audience today. Give yourself a round of applause. That sounds like a fun bunch.
Yeah, you know the story's going to come from that. So did you get through the weather okay yesterday?
You know what? I was in so many different places yesterday that I did not see a drop of rain, seriously.
You dodged it all?
I
really?
dodged it all because I was in Wycomico County for a little bit and Sussex County for a little bit. But my son sent me a picture that he captured in Salisbury. This is of Faith Community Church on North Division Street. And if you look at the steeple of the church, you can see like there's a hole in it. Struck by lightning yesterday morning. So just kind of shows you the power of Mother Nature. You got to be careful.
And we keep telling you, watch out for that cloud-to-ground lightning. And that is why the Little League teams clear off the fields when they even hear thunder.
Right, right. So when you hear thunder, there's lightning.
Quite a picture. That's pretty good. Man, oh man.
Yeah.
Well, does anybody remember Coupon Mom? Remember
we had her on the show.
Well, get this. One of our hot topics today is Coupon Mom is on TLC's Extreme Couponing. This was last night.
Yeah.
And
there she is.
This particular episode was called Pregnant and Dumpster Diving.
Yeah, she got nearly $700 worth of groceries for only $93, and she got a ton of Gatorade, 150 bottles. And as we mentioned before, there she is. They try to make her look crazy at that dumpster. Krista donates a lot of the food she buys to troops overseas as well as to homeless shelters and needy families right here on Delmarva. They didn't mention that on the show last night, but we're proud of her, and her husband obviously proud of her.
Yeah.
And you know, she was pregnant when she was on the show, and we thought she was going to go that day. She still hasn't had the baby.
She still hasn't had the baby?
Yeah, so.
We gotta do a Krista watch, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
Countdown of some kind. If your kids like to play lacrosse, there is a camp that is coming up next week in Ocean City. You might want to figure out if you can send them to. This is legendary Salisbury University men's lacrosse head coach Jim Berkman. Now, Berkman's going to be holding for his second year in a row a lacrosse camp for boys ages 8 to 17. It's going to be at Ocean City's Northside Park. Now, if you'd like to, they've still got room. If you want to get your kids in, here's when it is, July 2nd through the 6th. Wednesday's the 4th of July. They're not doing Wednesday, so it's going to be a 4-day camp. Northside Park in Ocean City. If you are a resident of Ocean City, it's only $125. If you don't live in Ocean City, it's $155. If you want to find out how you can get to that link to fill out the registration, we've got it for you there on DelmarvaLife.com.
Yeah, that is a good camp, good coach,
best coach,
national champion.
Good stuff.
Well, speaking of kids, yesterday we had our summer vacation show. We were talking about how to keep your kids busy this summer. Here's an educational exhibit going on in Dover, up in Kent County, Delaware. The Delaware Public Archives has a new exhibit starting tomorrow. It's called The War of 1812. They're going to open it at 1:30. The display features reproductions of documents related to Delaware's war heroes, including Thomas McDonough, Jacob Jones, Samuel Boyer Davis, and James A. Bayard. I don't know who all of those guys are.
I recognize a bunch
I've heard some names, but you can go up to the Delaware Public Archives and find out. Of course, it's free, so you know, take your kids up there, learn something about the War of 1812.
And had just had the 44 tall ships up the Chesapeake Bay and all the different countries represented. It's a fascinating thing.
Yeah.
You know, we were talking yesterday about the new amphitheater they're wanting to put in.
Oh, the one in Delmar
on 54, and we were talking about Pickler coming in and performing on August 25th.
Right.
And there's another big name coming in.
Oh yeah, coming back
to Salisbury right after that. Does anybody know the name Bob Dylan? Huh? They have
heard of them.
One or two. They just released their summer North American concert dates. They will be at the Wycomico Youth and Civic Center in Salisbury Thursday, August 30th. 7:30 show. Tickets go on sale Friday, June 29th. That would be
Yeah.
this Friday.
Yeah, he was here back in 1994. He is a Rock and Roll Hall of Famer, a Pulitzer Prize winner. His singing and songwriting is recognized not just for his artistic value, but for capturing the voice of a generation.
Yeah.
We all know that.
What an incredible guy. He went from the acoustic guitar to the electric guitar. And just, he certainly was a landmark on the entire music.
Still is.
Still is.
Yeah.
I mean, just incredible talent. He's coming to Wycomico Youth and Civic Center. So
Yeah.
find out about that. Tickets are on sale Friday, and they can tell you more about it. Here's a simple question. It's a very simple question. If you had the opportunity to bring millions of dollars into your county and hundreds of jobs, would you do it?
Yeah.
Yes? Okay.
Depending on what it was.
Well, that may be the other thing. Somerset County commissioners are still trying to figure out whether or not they want to sign off on this whole thing about the wind turbines coming into Somerset County. Here's the deal. There's a new study out of the University of Baltimore that says they would indeed bring hundreds of jobs to the area,
Yeah.
millions of dollars for roads, police, schools, and all that. There's a lot of residents, though, Marion Station specifically, that are concerned about whether or not there are health implications from these big things. It's never really been proven, but there's some question about it. It also seems there is a new state law that sets restrictions on them within 46 miles of Pax River Naval Station.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
See, so and some are concerned, well, the state's just going to take it over anyway.
Yeah.
So that's part of the deal. They haven't made up their mind yet. Hopefully, pretty soon.
Well, first of all, they need to come in here and talk to you about saying it right.
Turbine.
It's turbines.
That's right. Turbine.
I only mentioned
Turbine.
it once.
Who says turbine? You say turbine, don't you? Everybody raise their hand. Everybody says wind turbine.
No,
Thank you.
no one's raising their
Thank
hand.
you very much. I had somebody from New Jersey who came in and said that her dad worked on the nuclear station in New Jersey, and it's called a turbine.
Well, that's New Jersey. They also have Jersey Shore, so that's
And suddenly I have no arguments left. Okay, anybody in here ever been bitten by a mosquito?
Oh my goodness.
This is a little complex, so let me see if I can explain this out to you. There is new research out of the University of California saying that because there are more people with type 2 diabetes, there may be more people that wind up with malaria. Let me explain to you how that works with mosquitoes. Insulin, human insulin, impedes the systems of mosquitoes as far as resisting the malaria virus, okay? So with more people, in fact, they're saying in Africa by 2030, 1 out of every 5 people is going to have type 2 diabetes. So let me see if I can explain this right. More people have type 2 diabetes, therefore there is more insulin, more ingested insulin. The
Okay.
mosquitoes get the insulin when they bite. That means they can't resist the malaria virus, so then they carry malaria. Then when they bite you, they give you the malaria that they got because they bit you when you had... I know it's kind of hard to follow, but if you follow this through, what it's saying is so many people are going to have type 2 diabetes now that it could mean more malaria in the mosquitoes that are going to bite us.
Okay.
I know it's complex, I know it's a tough circle to follow, but it's a fascinating combination.
No, it's fascinating, but
Our bad health is going to make us worse
okay.
because now we're affecting the mosquito health. I'm not really sure how that part of it
killjoy
works
here.
out, but yeah.
I don't know where you go from that, Jimmy.
Wanted to
Thanks.
bring all that. Well, okay, how about some good news?
How about some good
Instead of
news?
mosquitoes, let's talk chickens.
Let's talk economy.
Let's talk
yeah.
chickens. We'll talk
Chickens.
chickens. The U.S. lawmakers are trying to figure out. There was an amendment that went into effect in 1974 that had a restriction as far as how much poultry business we could do with Russia, and they're like the 3rd largest U.S. broiler meat buyers. And it had to do with some type of human rights, and they're wanting to get rid of this particular restriction so that we could up the sales.
Right.
And it would directly affect Delmarva. Yeah, we could make a ton of money out of this. They're trying to tie it now into another human rights bill. Russia's saying, we don't want to do that. Well, we're sure you don't.
Yeah.
But hopefully they can get this worked out and make some good money around here.
That's some good news.
That would be nice.
Talking about food and looking at food, you know, I might be doing the cooking segment blindfolded today because I just found out that if you want to lose weight, quit looking at food.
Quit looking at food.
Quit looking at food. Researchers at the University of Southern California presented findings at the Endocrine Society's annual meeting demonstrating that viewing pictures of high-fat foods and drinking sweetened beverages while viewing the pictures stimulate the brain's appetite, therefore rewarding,
Okay, so in other
you
words,
just eat more.
when I look at it, I start craving it.
You start craving it.
So I start craving it, I'm going to eat it more.
Exactly.
So don't look at it.
Yeah. So
Eat blindfolded.
Case in point.
Sweetheart, this is great. Thanks for cooking tonight.
You're watching TV, okay, and especially like primetime TV. Have you ever been watching TV and you're completely fine, and you're sitting there, you've had a dinner, and you're getting ready for bed, and then one of those commercials come up, the one for like the Whopper or the chicken or whatever, the Taco Bell or whatever, and then all of a sudden you're like, ooh, I'm hungry.
That'd be
They
good.
do that on purpose. They do that on purpose.
That's why they schedule it then.
Yeah, that's why because they know, and they know that.
And then you know what happens?
What?
We eat too much and the mosquitoes start to bite.
Oh, goodness.
Just telling you, it all goes downhill from there because they showed a Whopper commercial at 6 o'clock at night.
And then you start calling them turbans. Just saying.
What is your favorite thing to do whenever you just want to cool off because it's just too hot?
What is my favorite?
What's your favorite thing?
I probably to jump in the pool.
Go in the pool.
Yeah.
People go to the beach.
Go to the beach. Sit in front of a fan.
That's what I like to do. Just turn on the air conditioner.
Eat ice cream.
We've got a couple here actually that are enjoying the air conditioner, trying to cool off.
Look at these guys.
Obviously, you don't want to do this at home.
Don't try this at home. But these guys don't seem to mind.
They're loving it. Mom, why are we on here?
Yeah.
Mom.
So that I can have a viral video, guys.
And it worked.
And it worked.
Apparently, they really don't mind it that much.
No.
And maybe it'll work.
It'll work. I don't know. I wouldn't try it.
No. Don't think I would. But then what do I know?
Don't sit on your heating and air conditioning unit outside. That's the moral of this story.
Just put up a turban in your backyard. Speaking of staying cool,
or on your head.
If you think you're ready for this weekend's heat, you might want to think about that again, because up next we've got 5 things that you need to look out for to make sure that your home's climate is comfortable.
And later, we've learned to salsa dance, I guess.
Oh, yeah. Well.
Zumba, also learned that. Today we're learning the jitterbug. We'll show you the moves a little bit later.
Oh my goodness.
We're going to be just as good as they are.
Yes. That's me there on the right. And potato salad is a cookout classic, perfect for this time of year. We're in the kitchen whooping up an award-winning recipe. Delmarva Life. Life at its best here on Delmarva.
Delmarva Life is brought to you by Sussex County Federal Credit Union, guiding you to your financial future, and Peninsula Regional Medical Center, honored to serve the entire Delmarva Peninsula since 1897.